Heyo everybody, Haku here with like point 0.3, point 0.4 Jump Week Prologue? I don't know. I really need to start doing this officially and streaming them and everything. It's just, you know me, I'm way too like self-conscious and nervous and I haven't been able to bring myself to it yet. But also because I haven't caught up to really anything other than Phantom Seer yet. Speaking of that though, actually, while I'm here on manga here, let's see, can I not, or Manga Plus, not manga here, wow, bringing back memories there. Um, while I'm here, some stuff, this video we're going to be reading Phantom Seer Chapter 20. I've been doing reactions to Phantom Seer just at this point. And I'm also going to do Chapter 1 of The Elusive Samurai, which is a new manga by the mangaka who did Assassination Classroom, which I need to continue and finish. Sorry I've been leaving you all waiting for me to continue that for so long. But some other series, tell me if you're interested in me getting into any of these, to add any of these to these weekly like Jump collection reactions. There's Hell's Paradise, Jigokuraku, I have no idea what that's about. Oh, it says final chapter, so maybe, no, never mind, not that one. Do you want me to do Spy X Family? Our Blood Oath I read the first chapter of and thought was pretty interesting. There's like a ton of other ones. There's Marshall, I read the first chapter, I thought it was aight. Magu-chan God of Destruction looks interesting. Let's see what else. There was something else at least that I wanted to bring up. 'Tis Time for Torture Princess. I'll start doing that once I catch up. Do you want me to do Ghost Reaper Girl? Again, if there's any series you want me to catch up to and then add in to these weekly reactions, just let me know. But yeah, for right now, Phantom Seer Chapter 20 and then the first chapter of The Elusive Samurai, and we'll see how it is. Like I said, I still need to continue Assassination Classroom, but it's the new manga by that mangaka. So, starting off with Phantom Seer Chapter 20, we've got Kanzaki here at the beginning. Masamichi Kan... Oh yeah, we're probably going to get a bunch of info dump stuff by, what was her name, Kondo? Masamichi Kanzaki is his alias. His real name is Seido Kanzaki. He once was a doctor, but after numerous incidents of malpractice, he was banned from practicing medicine. Chapter 20, A Normal Human. And I hope this video ends up okay, but my throat's been kind of hurting, so hopefully it's fine. But even after that, he didn't stop. Huh? It got really sloppy all of a sudden. He killed his patients and broke the law, and just when it seemed that he was at the end of his line, his youth was restored and he was given another chance to start over. He did this by merging with Senjudoji's arm. Right? That's about it, right? Yeah, you skipped over a lot of stuff. Yeah, sorry. I don't care much about some jerk's life. Oh, right. Are you Iori? Yes. Senjudoji's arm, the one you cut off. We believe it's the arm of a teacher who worked at Kanzaki's previous school. I'll explain this properly. The woman was probably a beckoning hand. Knowing that, Kanzaki kidnapped her for Senjudoji. You did quite a bit of research. Yes, that woman. I offered her to God. Being able to merge with God. I'm so envious. I still can't forget the moment I received the arm. So if that was her arm, I wonder if then Senjudoji has to have beckoning hands in order to increase their arms or whatever. I melted and got all mixed up. Spinning and spinning, I merged with it. The moment I was reborn was the moment I was saved. I know I'll get another arm from Senjudoji. I'll become young again, and save people again. Everyone will admire me as God's servant. Kanzaki, you'll be detained by the Koreikai. You'll tell us everything you know about Senjudoji and the conceiving hands. Yes, once again, an arm again, I save. Kondo, sorry, but can you bring some clothes for her to wear? Kurose, why don't you just take off your clothes? Kondo, it's a joke. Iori, putting his character aside, Kanzaki used to be a normal human. Had he lived normally, as long as he wasn't a beckoning hand, he would have never come into contact with phantoms. But this time, a normal human controlled phantoms and people were hurt. At the center of everything is Senjudoji. If If we let her roam free, we'll probably see more things like this. I feel like this evil will invade our everyday lives. We don't want that kind of trouble. We have to stop it. When I become normal, it'd be pointless if this world was a mess. Can't forgive Senju, right, Aibetsu? Yeah, that's true. I'll help too. I was expecting Chihiro. How rare. Currently serving as an executive member of Kureikai, Moritsugu Akama. You came all the way here to Tsukuyomi Manor. If you keep complimenting me like that, I'll think you're planning... hey, cut it out, Yayoi. If you keep complimenting me like that, I'll think you're planning something. You're making me nervous. Huh. I'm not complimenting you. I see. I'm being accusatory. I'm a worrier. Isn't that right, Mr. Uchigami? As usual, Mr. Akama. You're here in regards to Senjudoji, right? Yayoi, you know everything as always. Do you have a moment? Thanks for lending us Iori for the Beckoning Hands disappearance case. Kodosei can still be careless. I'm glad my bratty little brother was useful. The Koreikai doesn't have enough people. It's thanks to stronger phantoms appearing more often these last few years. Senjudoji's protective powers come to mind. Moreover, this conceiving hand. He melded with Senju's arm, a human who chose to become a phantom. We know so little about them. How many are there? What are their powers? As you said previously, we shouldn't have left Senjudoji alone. Don't worry so much, Mr. Moritsugu. Nobody will assist with taking down the Senju. You're free to use Iori as much as you'd like. I'm sure Riku will help too. Oh, the Beckoning Hand kid who helped in the battle against Senju. Moritsugu, take care of my bratty little brother and Riku. Those two will probably be needed for the battle against the Conceiving Hands. I'll take Kanzaki to the Koreikai. I'll have the fox take care of things at school. We'll make sure there are no problems with Kanzaki being gone. Tell me if you hear anything about Senju, of course. I really want to see more with the, what wasn't his name? Was it Yusuke? Or am I just conflating him with Persona 5, who was the fox? What about Tsumuji? We'll take her back to Tsukuyomi Mansion and have Mr. Uchigami look at her. Tsukuyomi? That's Iori's house. It's great. The bath is especially amazing. Ah, you've taken a bath at Iori-senpai's house before? So you two are already in that kind of relationship. I really hope she keeps her powers in some way, even if she's not, like, monster form. Because if so, I just don't get what the point of keeping Tsumuji around would be. Note, Tsukuyomi Mansion's a nice inn. We're not in a relationship. Are they best friends now? I'll be going, Shadow Boy. Kanzaki? Yo! And he just straight got hollowed. What? Kanzaki? Kanzaki? It's dark and hard to see. Did you get it? It's fine, you two did well. This reminds me in Fire Force of the White Clad showing up for the first time. Did you get it? It's fine. You two did well. Kanzaki's dead. Okay. Interesting. More conceiving hands, probably. He worships Senju as a god. I'm sure he'd be sad if the Kureikai got a lot of information out of him. It's frustrating, but this is for the best. Anyway, I like the two to the one to the right, the small one with the mask, is the least interesting of the three designs, but the other two are really cool. Anyway, those two are really interesting. A shadow exorcist and a girl who uses disintegration barriers. I wonder if we can be friends. Alright? That was a pretty good chapter. I was expecting a little bit more, gonna be honest with you, but that was pretty good. Alright. Again, I hope I've said it like every week, I hope Tsumuji keeps her powers, just because I don't see a real reason to keep her around without it when we already have so many other characters going on. Like, we've barely seen the Tengu guy, Kenma. We've barely seen him since he first showed up. So, I don't know. I would kind of like more emphasis on these characters, and for her to keep her powers, obviously. But either way, moving along, let's read chapter 1 of The Elusive Samurai by what's the mangaka's name here? Okay. by Matsui, who wrote Assassination Classroom. Alright. Valorous death in combat, noble suicide. For a warrior, honor is battle and death. Alright, let's get out of here. But that boy became a hero by running away and lived to become a legend. And we have a 2-page color spread. Okay. The art style so far is kind of like whatever. Looks pretty basic. But we'll see how this goes. The year is 1333, Kamakura. Hojo Takatoki, regent of the Kamakura shogunate. It's Takauji Dono, the young guardian deity of the Kamakura shogunate. Lord Ashikaga Takauji and his forces are leaving for war. Okay, more character introductions. The hero Ashikaga Takauji is the foremost character at the start of the Nambokucho period of Japanese history. However, he's not the hero of this story. And we see, again, this kid just running around. As usual, you're good at playing hide from the demon, young lord. I'm going to Kyo to quell the uprising by the previous emperor Go-Daigo. Future generations must know of our loyalty to the Hojo Clan. Again, if this is going to be like strictly historical, I think it might be less interesting if there's like a fantasy element to it. But given that, again, the last work was Assassination Classroom, I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of fantasy element. I know we can count on you, Takauji Dono. I pray that you do great deeds for the prosperity of Kamakura and the warrior families. Hojo Tokiyuki, son of Hojo Takatoki. Alright? You shouldn't fawn over him like that, Tokiyuki-sama. Kyoko, you're the future leader of the shogunate. Someday you'll give him orders. And you're my future husband, so stand tall. I don't remember us getting betrothed. Come on, let's just have a meal, just the two of us. There he is, over there. Tokiyuki-sama, it's time for your archery lesson. Alright, and then the skills of dipping. Today, I don't feel so well. And just books it. He's so good at getting away. His only skills lie in running and hiding. He's not at all a warrior like Takauji. Besides, Kyoko, while he may be successor to the shogunate as you say, he'll be a mere puppet like his father. The Hojo Clan, the Hojo Clan has ruled the shogunate for generations, but the main line has deteriorated. We'll take it from here. Okay, you go watch the dogfights. In appearance, Takatoki still commands the shogunate, but his advisors hold the true power. I don't care if he's a puppet, father. I'll still live in luxury. Tokiyuki-sama may be talented and weak-willed, but he's kind, and that's good enough for this daughter of a distinguished house. Inspiring, isn't he? In valor, breeding, lineage, and fame, he's all that a warrior should be. No samurai in Kamakura can compare to Ashikaga Takauji. Not one among the warriors expected anything from this boy. The young noble who appeared weak-willed and unfit to be a warrior. Let's get out of here. Come on. Was Hojo Tokiyuki. His name may be mentioned briefly in textbooks, but everyone forgets it after the test. However, he would come to provoke a storm in this turbulent time. He was as vibrant as a shonen manga hero. Oh no, if he hides we'll never find him. Once, he caused an uproar by hiding in an armor storage box for 2 days. Attending lessons would be much easier. He's the shogunate's successor, although in name only. But he's lazy and cowardly and sets a poor example. Lazy, cowardly, but sure. Why would a mere puppet like me need the power of pen and sword? I, like Kamakura, I like to see its people smile as they live in peace. I don't need status or honor, just living in the city's enough for me. As long as loyal warriors like Takauji Dono are around, the shogunate will remain untroubled. You aren't lazy or cowardly. Those are merely aspects of the monster asleep within you. That's what father says. A shrine maiden. Who are you? And who's your father? Just as I heard, you are elusive. Gya! Pleased to meet you, Tokiyuki-sama. I'm Suwa Yorishige, a Shinto priest from Shinano Province. Oh god, Shinano Province? Okay, not really that important. Why'd you climb up here? I've been up here all along. I saw the future and knew you'd come up here. Already my favorite character. That's the bright shine you've got. Oops, sorry, I was born sacred, so my holiness seeps out. I'll dim it down. He twists the little thing on his hat's. I came to pray for the protection of Kamakura from its enemies, and must report to your father that I've finished. Shizuku is my helper. She's skilled at secret arts and clerical work. I don't trust this guy. Tell me again, how you knew I'd be up here? Takauji-sama, Father's holy powers give him prescience. He's sloppy about prayers. Shizuku, that last bit was unnecessary. If you don't trust me, then I'll look even deeper. I can see the future. Your future, Takauji-sama. You will blank and blank to become blank. And furthermore, blank will sort of blank, and no, that's not right. Rather blank, or maybe blank. Anyway, I think blank, and if you blank, then happiness is sure to... No, wait, happiness is different for each person, but blank, that isn't bad, so when it comes to blank, anyway, what will it be? What? That was incredibly vague. Well, I only know bits and pieces. If I told you everything ahead of time, nothing would be any fun. But I saw one thing clearly. In comedy duos, there's a straight man and a funny man, and you're more of a straight man. So what's that make you? Furthermore, I saw the future from 2 years from now. When you're 10 years old, you'll be a hero who shakes heaven. As a lord of war, some will fear you and others revere you. Thus you shall alter the destiny of Japan. That's all I know, because this is a very strong why he ran away. Father, if you say such things, it's no wonder he doesn't trust you. He has a keen sense of danger. That was close. I don't get enough allowance to waste it on con artists. What a dummy. All he'd get from me is fake splendor anyway. But he called me a hero and looked at me so seriously. Toriyuki, father is ill and weak-willed. You should take his place soon. Hojo Kunitoki, Tokiyuki's half-brother. You're older, so you're first in line of succession. No thanks. Succession by a concubine's son causes strife. Openly avoiding what we don't like to do is in our blood. And you're proud of that? But I understand what Suadono told you. You're much better at evasion than father and I. In certain circumstances, you could be a hero. That's what I think. Oh? And as the ball drops, we see somebody getting dropped on their head. 1 month later, Tokiyuki's brother Kunitoki was beheaded. Jeez. And his father Takatoki committed suicide. Random shift. His weapons masters Kanosaburo and Shotajiro died in battle. Vassal of the shogunate, Setsuno Ohikaki committed suicide. And attackers violated and murdered Chikaki's daughter Kyoko. So damn, all these characters I was expecting to be around. For the boy to become a hero, he had to lose everything. You, why did you betray us? Oh. Nagoe, Takaiie, second in command of the shogunate army. So Takauji is the villain. I thought he was going to end up dying and they were going to be left without a hero. But this is a lot more interesting. He just straight razed the place. I hear a voice. Whose voice is that? Who will raise me to be ruler of all? This is interesting. So what the hell? Okay. So I wonder, who is this then that he's working with? These three that we see at the bottom. The rebellion of Takauji Ashikaga came as the wind. He colluded with Emperor Godaigo to oppose the shogunate, and quickly destroyed the shogunate's forces in Kyo. At the same time, the swift hero made a move for distant Kamakura. He sent his 3-year-old son to a military commander in the Kanto region named Nita Yoshisada, and the boy commanded in Takauji's name. Takauji's fame grew among the warriors throughout Kanto, and the rebel ranks grew rapidly. Only 24 days had passed since Takauji took up arms, and the Kamakura shogunate, which the boy was to inherit, lay in ruins. The only thing is, again, if they just go, like, briefly, like, explaining things like a history textbook, this won't be as interesting. But again, I'm thinking this is just to set the scene, and that future chapters will be different. But who knows? Who knows if we'll drop this or not? Only 24 days have passed. Okay, Layam ruins. Father? Upon realizing that Kamakura had fallen, over 800 members of the Hojo Clan and its followers gathered in a temple and committed bloody suicide. I've been waiting, Tokiyuki-sama. At the end, your father said he could not bear the thought of you dying, so he commanded me to help you escape. I will shelter you in my territory of Suwa and Shinano. Suwa, Yorishige, why are you here? My divine sight showed me this possibility, so I prepared for the worst. Go and secure the road to Suwa. Yes, my lord. I have followers and a mount on a nearby hill. Let us go at once. No, I should open my stomach like my father and the others. Now, if you die, what would become of Japan? Well, why don't you tell me? What would happen? Well, I sense that blank would blank and blank, but not necessarily. The effects wouldn't be catastrophic, or would they? To people like blank, and it'd be a bit blank blank, but without you, stop muttering about the future, it's unseeable. And then we see they all escape. It was like a scene from hell. The traitorous warriors wrought utter destruction upon Kamakura. It's hard to believe that Ashikaga Takauji would be so savage. Lord, Takauji, you can't run from me, young lord. Was he faking when he smiled that day? Or was he taken over? Is this going to be a demon inside you type of story? You will have revenge on Tokiyuki-sama, and I'll lend you my strength. This smile, too, could be nothing more than another deception. Go, I refuse to trust a fraudulent shaman. How rude, fraudulent, but I'm positively bursting with sacredness. Father, fraud is fraud. Your family, back me up here. We can't avenge, like, my favorite character by far is this guy. We can't avenge my father. That's obvious. Look, it took Minamoto Yoritomo 5 years to defeat the Heike clan, but Takauji laid waste to the whole country in just 24 days. The other day, you were spewing nonsense about me becoming a hero, but future generations will only apply that word to someone strong like Ashikaga Takauji. It's a disgrace for the defeated foe not to die. So let me die like a warrior, along with everyone else. Very well. Then die, and they push him off the cliff. I bet, though, he's just going to run away and hide. That's the Hojo boy. And yeah, in the depths of despair, and thrust into the abyss of death. And again, the power of dipping. Hey, that's the place within you where a hero shines. And he just runs away. Hey, I could have died. You said you wanted to die, and yet you jumped out of there to save your skin. That was the hero in you. Running and hiding are part of what makes a hero. Your survival instinct is monstrous. You have an unmatched talent for staying alive, and they're all just shooting at him, and you thrill at walking the line between life and death. Takauji may have slain many lords and seized power, but you will vex him, because next he must kill the rightful heir to the Kamakura shogunate, but you excel at escaping death. Takauji killed to become a hero, but you will live to become a hero. You are heroes with opposite fates. Of course, victory will require more than running and hiding. And now all these soldiers get taken out. Comrades, military might, wisdom, I'll provide these so that you may win. As long as you draw breath, Takauji is sure to come seeking your demise. Until that time, run and hide, and grow strong, so you may vanquish the demon pursuing you. Now, the fate of Japan hangs on a game of hide from the demon. Yorishige Dono, what do you want? What do you get from harboring the child of a fallen house? I do this out of loyalty to the Hojo clan, but I doubt you'd believe a fraud like me. I'll explain someday, but only once you've reclaimed Kamakura. I am shameless. My family lies dead, and I should have died with them. But thanks to you, I've awakened to the joy of life. Yorishige Dono, I'll hold you to your word. But of course, I serve you into the pits of hell. Just as Yorishige prophesied, in 2 years Tokiyuki would shake all of Japan. In an age where honorable death was common, this boy outraced all that befell him and tried to defeat its ruler. Thus began the tumultuous life of the elusive samurai prince. Okay, I thought that was alright. I thought it was pretty good. I won't say it was like amazing or mind-blowing or anything, but I thought it was pretty solid. Yeah, it was I don't know. I don't know, how would I compare it to other stuff I've recently read? It was about like Marshall, where I thought it was just sort of okay. I thought it was, people are gonna crucify me for this one, I thought it was better than Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man, to me, I read the first chapter and was very, very low mid to me, but yeah, it was alright. It was pretty good. I'm interested to see where it'll go, though. I think it's one of those things where you can't really tell from the first chapter. It's like one of those things where you do like the 3 or 4 episode rule. I'm gonna have to give it like 3 or 4 chapters and then see what I feel about it. But like I said, any more when I do this weekly Jump video, or I want to turn it into a stream and do it that way. But if there's any more you want me to add, I'm already planning, once I catch up to 'Tis Time for Torture Princess, to add that. Our Blood Oath I'm going to give a try. There's still Magu-chan God of Destruction I haven't tried yet. If you want me to catch up to Marshall, then I can catch up to that. There are a lot of things that I think would be interesting to add. But yeah, for now I guess this is all we got. Either way, thank you for watching though. So like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought of these chapters or my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you one. And if you want to help support the channel on Patreon to help me to continue making videos, it's patreon.com/Haku with the tubes, or a link will be in the description. Either way, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.